It's because the tech overlords are listening.
Now I can finally say, Google Schmoogle.
I escaped the Windows cave. I saw the sun. The shadows are gone. It blinded me for a moment. And now I'm speaking to you in the cave. I didn't want to complicate things, alright? So I thought, okay, a Raspberry Pi and an official Raspberry Pi camera. I plugged them in. It should just work.
Just one more.
So recently, as we all know, PewDiePie has been going on a streak of exploring his muses. He loved reading, started reading, he read a lot of books, and he loved drawing a little bit, so he learned more about drawing and he got really good at it. And PewDiePie went from being a beginner at his muses to becoming someone who's really respectable. And now, tech. As a fellow tech enthusiast and a part of the Floor Gang and the 9-year-olds, I want to break this story down fully for you to see. Here's the top of the rabbit hole. Finding about NordVPN, learning that things aren't really as safe as they seem, and then starting to de-Google. And this is the start of the journey. Let me explain. So, PewDiePie, being the person he is, when he probably got the NordVPN sponsorship, researched deep into it. And he probably learned that things aren't as safe as they seem. Anybody can SSH into your terminal if you set your computer up wrongly, and anybody can gain super user access on your computer if you set that up wrongly as well. So, having learned about all of this, he went on to actually de-Microsoft his computer that he is going to build now and his laptop. So, here's how that goes. For starters, let's take a look at him building his PC. For his PC, he goes with Ryzen 9 7000 series processor, and all of the other parts, I tried to look into it. One was called cock memory. That's a weird name. And it was a DDR5 piece of RAM in a kit. And then there was a motherboard, which I couldn't get to see the name of. And all of that he paired with 2 GPUs was what I was looking at. His case did not fit it, the fans and all of it. He had to make some adjustments, but he ended up building a really good looking PC. It had red RGB lighting, and here's how it looks. It's amazing, right? Yep. So after having built his own PC, he starts de-Microsofting his PC and he installs Mint Linux. Mint Linux is the easiest way to install Linux on a computer, and after having installed Linux, he reaches the God mode of console commands. Now, he gets to look at his load times and the reasons behind the load times, and he gets to optimize them. He brings that down to a crisp, and he also fixed the loading of Mozilla Firefox for some reason. Yep. And that was this arc. And after having installed Mint Linux, that still wasn't enough for him. He went on and installed Arch Linux. Arch Linux is notoriously hard for being hard to install, and it's known for its customization ability and the amount of freedom it gives to its users. So he just installed it. It took him 12 hours, but he did it nevertheless. So that was this part of the journey.
Now I can finally say, Google Schmoogle.
PewDiePie realizes that Google services aren't really free. They come at a cost, which is your data. And the data that they get, they can sell to advertisers and all of these things. You can turn it off by default, but it's on by default. I don't know why that is, but it's on by default. After having realized the truth about Google, PewDiePie started de-Googling. He installed Graphene OS on his Pixel phone. Mind you, Pixel is a Google phone, so he technically loved Android before, so he bought the Google phone. And now, with the Google phone, he's de-Googling the Google phone. That's very ironic to see. And once he did that, he can now starve Android apps and stuff. And after doing this, here comes the next level. He realizes that Google Drive and all of these things, they are not safe by default as well. So he starts using Nextcloud. He starts finding more about self-hosting, and he starts delving deeper into the rabbit hole. So that was the first step. The call to action, NordVPN, and then the dive into the action. De-Googling and setting up self-hosting, Nextcloud, all of these things. He de-Microsofted his computer and he de-Googled his phone. Now, he is basically living in high super user territory, and it gets even better. So, here is the final layer of the iceberg. I like to call it the It Gets Crazier layer, because it does get crazier, gets a lot crazier. So, from having installed Linux and building his own computer and having de-Googled his own phone, bro moves on to actually bifurcating his PCLE lanes. And he does that for all lanes, but for this start, he just does it to one. And he updates his BIOS with some shady file given by some random guy on the internet, and he goes on to put more GPUs on his computer, and he makes it a supercomputer. Once having made this supercomputer, he does a lot of cool shit with it. Like, he runs 8 LLMs in parallel to vote on things democratically and bring him really good quality decisions. So, it's a really crazy thing. And yeah, I have never seen anything like this. And this is the power of a supercomputer, right? And then he goes on to train his own AI model, or he doesn't really train it. He embeds the Stack V2, which is basically a coding dataset, into Qwen 3.5b coder. So he upgrades this model to have more parameters inside it and more training in code. So this upgraded model is capable of beating GPT-4o, which was released way back, but a single person having defeated GPT-4o. It's amazing. Yep. So Gemini 2.5 Flash, he also beat that. And yeah, that was one hell of a journey, right? I don't think it ends here as well though. And here is a bonus layer of the rabbit hole, because I didn't really know where to put this in, so just hear it out. PewDiePie designed 2 product ideas with his 3D printer and his electronics skills, which he just learned. And he used a Raspberry Pi with some messy wiring and a casing made with a 3D printer to build a dog monitor for a car, which is kind of a good idea in my opinion. And it has a humidity sensor and a camera to see the dogs. He learned about SSHing into the Raspberry Pi and all of these things with this. And then he also built a smart home system which looks like a BMO. And yeah, he did all of these crazy things. That was the end of this video. And to PewDiePie, if you're watching this somehow, please add PewDiePie in the comments and maybe get him to see this, guys. But to PewDiePie, if you're watching this, congratulations on coming this far in your journey of tech. From having seen you from my childhood, you were a bit of an inspiration for me when I started YouTube. So yeah, I had to say that. And yep, that was the end of this video. Keep following your muses, guys. And PewDiePie, having seen you take up so many challenges, it gives me some inspiration to take up more of my own as well. So thank you for that. And with that, this video is ending. Okay, bye guys. I'll meet you in the next video. And maybe if you want, I can review this, the Retroid handled. It's really fun to use. So, okay, bye.